Four people watching. I thought I'd catch a few of you off guard. First live. I'm just out in the woods in the digger. I don't know how this works. And I don't know where the comment section is, if I've got one. If you can comment, that'd be good. Just see if it's working or not. Me and Woody are out in the woods on the digger. Oh, yeah. Best wishes from Northern Ireland. Lovely. Thank you. Going well. Thank you, Major. We are just repairing forestry tracks in the Kubota again. And I thought I would just go on live and see what it's like. Might start doing a few of these. And I can reply to questions on the fly as such. And I've got to edit another video tonight for Friday. I could flick you around in a minute, possibly. We'll just have to see. I didn't think anyone would join. It's quite funny. It sure is. It was raining yesterday. And it's nice today. So fingers crossed it will stay dry for a while because it's a bit sloppy down here. I've had to remove a lot of water before I've started to tidy up. So I hope all you guys are enjoying the channel. I do keep try and keep on top of editing and stuff like that. But when we're flat out, it's quite hard. If you have any questions, fire away and I'll try and answer them on the fly. Sorry, it's a bit shaky. Yeah. Lots of standing water. Doing the same thing as me in Korea. What, digging or firewood? Can you use the big headset for a live stream, while splitting wood would be really nice. I can try that, Major, for sure. We'll have to see if you can hear me when I'm on it. And it depends on how much I can concentrate. But we can definitely give it a go. No, my gasification boiler does not have a water jacket. It is a hot air blower. So where the water would be, there's air, and then suck in fresh air and pump it round, and then it comes out that ducting on the top, and that's what gets pushed straight into the kiln. So the exhaust gases, i.e. the flue, and the air that go into the kiln are completely separate hot air sources. Have fun, Bob. Yes, Ian, it was a good day out. Lots to see. I should have got a bit more footage, really, but I was speaking to the Firewood team and a few of you guys that I saw there. But yeah, it was a good day out. Got to keep pretty vigilant because I am on a bit of a footpath, so got to keep an eye out for people. They're pretty good at stopping and making sure I can see them before they walk past, but I had one person just walk past as I was digging. I'm from down under. Blimey, what time is it there? I don't know what. It might be a 12-hour time difference. No, I don't know. But welcome. Thanks for stopping by. Everyone's going to see my concentration face. Tracking's going to be a bit of a problem, I think. What's the picture quality like? Have I got a good signal or just on 4G here? Oh, plus 10 hours. Huh. Yeah, it's 10 to 1 here. I thought I'd hop on in case anyone was having lunch. But yeah, I hope you have a good day anyway. Oh, you've had a good day. Nearly bedtime. The Palax is a great machine, but it doesn't do massive wood. You could upgrade to the C900. That's a good machine, I believe. I haven't ran one myself, but I am pleased with my C750. The Uniforest, I think it's a 4220 or 4320. That's a good machine, but it depends how much money you're looking to spend. Really, cheap and cheerful. Um, you just have to look for a well maintained second hand machine. It all depends on your budget, if I'm honest. A bit pixelated but watchable. Nice. Have a good day, Dave. Oh well, I'm glad it's not too bad. I think back to the processor. If you're still watching, Ross, um, I think the main thing is looking for someone. Well, sorry, looking for a machine with good backup. So if you were to buy a second-hand machine that doesn't have very good service in your area, then you're going to struggle. I think all machines will go wrong at some point, especially older machines and second-hand machines. But if you were to buy a second-hand Uniforest or whatever machine, as long as you've got good backup by the dealer, that's what you need to look out for. Good morning from the other side of the pond. Does that mean Ireland or does that mean France? Or does that mean America? I suppose it means America, isn't it? Good morning, yeah. It's all a bit wet and sloppy here. I'm trying to make a smart job of some very wet ground. Uh, I'll spin you round if I can. So there's a bit of a landing site here, and there was a bit of a wet hole where the ford had been, and we're at the bottom of a hill both ways, so a lot of water was sitting here, and I did bucket most of it out, but it's still very wet. So I'm just trying to kind of smooth it out and let it dry out, basically. Got Woody here with me. He's keeping me company. I'm going to spin round and go back up the track because I've got quite a long track to do. Come on, buddy, sit down. This is what some people want to see is lives. I will try and arrange a time and a date for the next one, and then hopefully there'll be a little bit more people. But I've got 16 people. 16 better than none. Like I said, I wasn't expecting anyone really. It's in the middle of the day on a weekday. It's pretty interesting. Come on, buddy, sit down. I'm doing some tracking now, so I'm hopefully it's not going to be too shaky. Let me know, guys, what you think of the channel and what needs to be improved from the general videos. I try my best, but yeah, it's a tricky one. Sometimes I do a lot of talking, sometimes I don't. I watch quite a big range of YouTube videos, and some of the videos people don't talk at all, and I like it. And then I'll watch the Victory Style and other people like that, and they talk all the time, and I like that too. So if you guys could let me know what you think of the channel and what I need to improve on, if anything, that'd be much. Yeah, that's it. I'll try and answer questions as quickly as possible. I think a good mix of talking and processing initially. I want to see just processing now, like mix. Nice, thank you very much. Andy's busy back at base processing on the Palax. We've probably got another 2 days. I'm really hoping to get all the small stuff done by Friday. Um, we had a bank holiday Monday, so I keep thinking it's Tuesday, but it's not. It's Wednesday, and I think we've only got 2 days left. If we can get all the small processing done by Friday, we'll then transfer the deck over to the Firewood factory, and we'll be cracking on with the bigger timber next week. There is a video coming out potentially on Friday. It should be on Friday, and that will explain what timber we've been getting in recently. Sales have also been pretty good as well. So, yeah, things are going well here. Summer's always a bit of a struggle. Obviously, you're busy firewood producing and putting it all in the shed. There's not much money coming in, but actually, I've secured a few campgrounds, and that's really helped. Anything to make him fire is a good video. I couldn't agree more. I watched quite a few firewood guys over the world, but especially the language barrier is a bit hard, but still watch firewood being made. It's pretty cool. I'm probably going to stay on live for another 5 minutes. We'll end it at 20-minute mark. Oh, we've got 28 people watching now. Blimey. I think the dog needs to go for a wee. So I'm going to track up there away from the road, and then I'll hop out. Maybe we won't end it just yet. Considering it's winter here, Well, next month technically. We love Firewood. Yes, it gets below freezing here in Australia. Blimey. Yeah, a lot of people think it's just a hot country, but I did 9 months in New Zealand, and I know it's not Australia, but it's quite close. Um, and that got very cold. That's awesome. Thank you, Peanut, the retired clown. Thanks very much. Much appreciated. Trying to keep up now. 33 people. Currently 1.4C. Yeah, it's getting cold. Just gonna get up away from the road, and I'll let Woody let Woody out. We've been here pretty much all morning, and he hasn't been out yet, so it's only fair. I'm trying to use the blade as much as possible, really. Saves a lot of time. If it's really bad, I have to use the bucket and the teeth. But where it's not too bad, we can just blade it off, and it those here would be absolutely fantastic. Um, then you could hold the dirt a little bit more and direct the dirt. Obviously, a blade on a digger is just a straight blade. Although I have seen on Outdoors with the Morgans, their Kubota's got a blade you can angle. So that's pretty cool. Right, Woody. We'll have a bit of a break. We'll have a bit of lunch. Right, bear with. Good boy. Stay close. Oh, I like a mix of processing and talking. Would love to see more of the kindling and also the business side of things. Yes, we are actually going to do a kindling video very soon. We've got a lot of kindling being made, so I will definitely get on that and do a full video just on kindling. Thanks, Joe. What's the coldest it's get there in winter? I've never seen any snow in your videos. No, in the UK, we very rarely get snow. And if it does, it's very wet and slushy snow. We did get down to like -7, -8 Celsius this year, but that was for like one night. But it typically only gets down to -2 or 3 or 4. But yeah, you very rarely ever get -10 or anything like that. Tends to be just very wet, if I'm honest. This way, good boy. So I'll just flip you around and show you what we're doing. This was a forestry track. They actually did a bit of ride like widening, so they cut a few more trees down to make it a bit wider, let the light in, and just where the harvester and the ford have been running up, it's a little bit uneven. So we're just going through here and trying to level it all out, break up the compaction so the water can penetrate down through the soil. Out here with the Kubota. No worries, keep up. Hard work, we'd love to see. I was definitely going to do a video on that, Joe. A lot of people are interested in the kilns. So yeah, I'll think about that. I do know how much all the bits cost, so. Good morning, Buck and Firewood. Hi, Paul. Yeah, it's been nice today. Yesterday was a bit of a write-off. very wet. So this is where I have been doing. Got a little bit more. I'll probably come down one more time with the blade. Level off. Come here. Don't really go near the road. I'll show you down here. I wish I took a picture of it before. The forwarder slipped down a bit of a slope and made a hell of a hole, got stuck. So I pulled a bit of bank away from the left-hand side and filled in on the right. And I used some timber as a bit of a retaining wall against the stumps to stop it from sloping again. So it looks all quite good down here as well. Just nick some dirt from here, and also it makes it wider and easier for the forwarder in the future to get around the corner. But there was a hole about 5 foot deep down here, so I had to build all this back up again. Like I said, there's a stump. There's 2 stumps in here, and I put timber across them, and that's helped stop it from sloping down. So lovely day. Still got 22 people watching. Oh, Woody. I'll try and show you the view. Woody! Got the dog running into the road. Very nice and alive, would it? Look at that for a view. Woody, here. Gorgeous day. Lots of timber. Nothing better than being in the woods. There are many big processors there. I'm running a 2040 with an 8-way. Up and down the country, there are big processors. Yeah, there are. There's quite a few. Not big compared to the American kind of big trailed ones. There's not many of those, but we tend to keep everything stationary here in the UK. Woody, yeah, we keep things stationary here in the UK, and just bring the timber to the yard as such. Good morning from Memphis, Tennessee. When you just whistled to call Woody, my pup came running. How funny. Have you relieved yourself, Woody? Don't drink that. Oh dear. Horrible. Come on. Get back to work. Which way I left the digger now? This way, I think. Come on. Is a Split 400 more worthwhile as a first machine rather than a standard process? It's more work stuff. Right, so this is actually. Come on, Woody. This is actually something I wish I'd done. So for a first machine and a very easy way of getting into firewood, a Split 400 is perfect. All you need is a chainsaw and a Split 400. Everyone typically has a chainsaw already, and you need a chainsaw for processing most of the time anyway. You can get a range of sizes, and you can even get oversize, say 60, 70 centimeters in diameter. Ring it up, split it in half like we do, and then drop it through. And it makes consistent, lovely logs. On the small stuff, there was a bit of waste, but it's not too bad. But I totally agree. For a first processor, it's brilliant. But yes, you have to ring it up, which takes time. But then again, you can get hard waste in that's already ringed up. So it's one way of looking at it. Lovely view. God, I'm out of breath. Talking and walking. Woody! I'm with you. What do you want? Bells 4000. Black's Creek. Yes, I've seen them bells. Haven't they been taken over by Eastern Made now? Pretty big machines. I wish it was a pub lunch. Sandwich. Come on, Woody. Come on. We'll get back to work. Are you near Box Hill? Not Box Hill, no. Thanks, Joe. I'll try and do some more lives for sure. Come on, Woody. Up, up. Yeah, Eastern Made's pretty big company now, I do believe. Come on, up you get. Come on. Good boy. You've got to carry on working. It does indeed, yeah. I would suggest, if you're going to get a Split 400, the hydraulic version and then getting a hydraulic power pack is the best way to go. Like my video, went and did contract splitting, make a bit of money back, and it's very versatile. You can go anywhere. So I totally agree. And actually, bit of intel, the Split 400 hydraulic version is the quickest version. It's actually quicker than the electric one. So I don't know why that is, but it is. Bells was owned by Andrew Easton's dad, so not that big of a stretch. I see. How do you charge for contract splitting per hour? Per day rate, if I'm honest. You want to do per day. And it depends how many guys you take with you. For a Split 400, you want to be with it. And all depending if you have a chainsaw license or not, you're going to have to get them to ring it up because you can't use a chainsaw on their land or whatever it be. It makes a hell of a difference if the rings are already cut and there. You definitely need a good amount of rings already cut anyway as a bit of like a head start because they're so fast. It's hard to say really. 400 to 450 pounds a day with an operator. If you're paying yourself 150 pounds, 200 pounds a day, plus not haulage, plus transport. So if you're an hour away, you charge them for fuel and transport. That's what I would do. But then it will go up. You can charge £500-600 if you've got a guy on a chainsaw as an overall. But the amount of timber you can get through for say £600 is pretty scary. It's a great machine. Oh, hit a root there. 31 people watching. Welcome anyone new. I'm currently in the woods, just grading off forestry tracks. Andy is back at the yard with the Palax processing. We've got about 2 days worth of processing left, and then we're going to go back to Firewood factory. Be nice to see the back of all the small timber because it is obviously slower per day of how much you can do. A chainsaw license, that sounds crazy. we do here like that here. We don't have anything like that in the UK, maybe. Sorry, in the States. Yeah, health and safety is pretty. Some of it's a bit too much, and they've gone overboard. Some of it needs to be there. It's a tricky one. I mean, a chainsaw's a dangerous bit of kit. You know, if you don't know how to use it, I mean, you can take your leg off or your arm off in seconds. A lot of it's common sense, though, and I think some things they've gone too far with, but health and safety's there to save people at the end of the day. Here's advice. Currently buy firewood in bulk and thinking of buying a 400 as a first machine. Just stacked up the figures to see if there was more profitable than buying it in. Yeah, it's all down to the price of the timber you're buying it in. It's varying so much up and down the country at the moment. You really have to make a good bit of money to save yourself not buying it in, because buying it in is very easy. If you're making money, buying it in, selling it back out again without doing any work, really, apart from delivering, it's an easy way of doing firewood, I must admit. Yeah, so if you own the land, you don't need a chainsaw license here in the UK. If you're working for someone or you're on someone else's land, you need a chainsaw license. I do believe that's the rules anyway. What is a cubic meter of timber to a cubic meter of logs? Also a ton of timber. So it's hard, and when it comes down to weight, it depends how and dry the timber is. Obviously, bigger timber is more dense, but then again, the weight is going to be equal to that anyway. You'll get more volume of cord from smaller stuff, but you get more you'll get more logs from a bigger bit of timber, if that makes sense. Put it this way, out of a 25-ton load, I typically get between 40 and 45 IBCs of firewood. Okay? And that doesn't include about 6 IBCs of sawdust and about 4 IBCs of waste. So depending on how picky you are with waste, you might be able to get a bit more, but that's the way I look at it. Yeah, I get like 40 to 45 IBCs out of an Arctic load, which is 25 tons. I don't really work in cubic meterage, as in I don't buy cord in cubic meterage. So I'm just looking around some trees. What was I saying? And 40 to 45 IBCs of my bags makes about 70 bags. 65 to 70 bags. So that's what I typically get out of a good 25-ton load. So hopefully that's helped, Joe. Trying to avoid smashing into some trees with my gig at the moment. That's great. No problem at all. That's definitely something I would have wanted to know when I was starting up Firewood. I'm probably going to call it quits in a few minutes. I've got to move my truck and I've got to change over the grab, I believe, in a minute. I'm doing quite a lot of tracking now and it's a bit shaky as well. So any more questions, quickly fire them in and I'll try and answer them before I go. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe. It does help. I'm really keen to grow this channel now. There's a lot of things in the pipeline and it's going to be an exciting year, I think. Ooh. Log length is up. Log length is up to $900 a triaxle load here in northeastern United States, which is roughly 6 to 6.5 cord. Trucks here give 64 to 85 IBC. That's a lot of IBCs. Is that stacked or loose? I'm assuming loose. Sounds like you get a lot of weight on your lorries or trucks. Thanks, Paul. We start our own country here in the UK first, I'll tell you. Loose, yeah. $900 for triaxle load. I mean, that's pretty good going. Here in the UK, if you're lucky, you're paying £1,500, and it can stretch all up to about £4,000 if you're in a desperate area and you're buying graded wood. So that's what it's like here in the UK. I personally can't see how people paying the £4,000 a load are making money, but there you go. Is there any money in production kindling? For example, if I was to already have a 400, don't have to answer. Production kindling, yes. If you're selling it to your domestic customers, I think it's a good money earner. But if you're trying to compete with wholesale, it's a tricky one. A lot of the people doing wholesale are getting paid to take, not the timber. Well, they're getting paid to take the timber. They're getting paid to take rejected sawmill stuff. So if they don't have to pay for that, or they get paid for it, they can make kindling very cheap. Now, I can't compete with the £2 a net. Some of my wholesale kindling now is £3.20 a net, but I sell to my domestic customers for £6 a net. It probably could be more as well from the domestic, but I don't want to rip people off. My nets are very big compared to others, so that's probably why I can't compete with their prices. But yes, end of the story. Yes, you can make money out of kindling, but you just have to make sure the product is good. Hi, Compost John. Would you ever stack the delivery in a storage box next to a customer's wood burner for free if requested? I have a customer that expects that every time. So I do stacking, but it's an extra charge. It's per bag. And in the requirements, there are no steps because I use a wheelbarrow to ferry it to the back of the house. I also require I stack in people's houses. I'm not taking my boots off. And also, I don't want to be stacking wood in people's houses. So I'm happy to stack wood in someone's garden or log shed at an extra cost, but make sure it's at an extra cost. Time is money. And at the end of the day, you've done all the work to make your firewood. The least they can do, in my eyes, is stack their logs themselves. But some people don't want to do that, so they, charge for it. Don't do it for free. Once you've done it once for free, they will expect it every time. Would you be able to do a bit more on tree species and time needed for seasoning? Yes, I'll try and cover that in an upcoming video. Domestic kindling. There is good money to be made. But then again, if you can buy nets in from a very reliable source at £2-3, you're doubling your money, and all you have to do is put it on the truck and deliver it. So it all depends how involved you want to get into it. I like being in control of my own market. That's the only reason I bought my kindling machine. If for some reason your supplier stops, can't get timber, can't deliver, you're kind of up shit's creek, excuse my French. But if I'm at a pinch, I can stay late one evening, or I can make sure I've got kindling. Doing the process yourself ensures you have product. That's all I've got to say. So I hope that helps, Joe. Sorry it's a bit shaky, guys. I am tracking and using the blade. Doing my final pass down this track before I head over to the other side of the block. I do bulk seasoned wood at $400 a cord. Delivered up to 15 miles. IBC totes packed up are 125 or 150. Delivered up to 10 miles. Loose wood in a coat is quarter cord. Right. I mean, I can tell you what my prices are. They're all on the website anyway. My seeds bulk bags, which hold 0.6 of a cubic metre, same as all my bulk bags. They are £110 delivered for free in up to 20 miles. And my kiln dry bulk bag is £140. That's the same, delivered for free up to 20 miles. And we typically get 1.5 bags or 1 2/3 of a bag out of an IBC. So that puts into perspective. The bags are 0.6 cubic metres and an IBC is 1.6. You would think you would get 2, but you don't. Maybe I'm giving it away, maybe I'm 0.7 of a cube. But technically, if you measure the bag, that's what you get, 0.62 of a cube, and I sell it at 0.6. Maybe I'm underselling myself, but I'd rather be doing that than under delivering to people. if that makes sense. And when I do loose, I do it per IBC as such. Trying to work out the price now. A full load is £900 in that tipping trailer, and I get 5 in there. So 5. I don't know. What is it, about 125 quid or something like that? 175 quid. Let's work it out. Oh, 900 divided by 5. 180 in IBC is what I get for loose tips. So what were you? IBC totes, 125 to 150. Yeah, so I'm £180, which is about, what, $200? Just over, maybe? Would you say that 0.6 cubic meter bags are the best way to sell a lot of wood, make the most money? I currently sell all domestic in barrow bags at £50. That's a good price. I'd carry on at that. It's a good price. My barrow bags for kiln dried are 65. So if it's seasoned, that's a good price. Look at your market. Not your market. Look at your competition. So everyone in my area does 0.5 cubic meter bags, but I sell in 0.6. So I can comfortably say to my customers that my bags are bigger. And that, for me, I find gives me a bit of a step ahead of everyone else. Because a lot of people would copy my prices or have a similar price, but my bags are bigger. So their customers are getting better value for money out of my bags. So that's why they come to me. So you just need to look at your other people in your area. But honestly, if you're getting £50 for a barrow bag, I'll crack on with that. That's a good price. Hold on. I'm going to spin around once more. If I need to clean up on the way, I will. But I don't think I've got to do much cleaning up now. Greetings from Poland. Greetings. I was actually out in Krakow about 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago. Yeah, 3 weeks ago. And I very much enjoyed myself. Nice country. Very nice country. So welcome. Well, there's a lot coming through now. I've been selling at £80 plus VAT for Builder's Dumpy. I think I'm way too cheap. Yes, I would say you are. I would say you are. It's a tricky one. Depends where you're in the country, and if all your competitors are selling them exactly the same for £80 plus VAT, that's what you've kind of got to be. But then again, if you're a bit more expensive, some people think your product is better than other people's purely because of the price. So it's worth a try. It's worth a try. As long as you're making the profit you want to make, £80 could be a good price. But a lot of people are at least £100 now, or around the £100 mark for a bulk bag, if I'm honest. Afternoon all. Hi, Fred. Can't believe we've got so many different people popping in. Everyone around me sells by the pickup load. In my opinion, the worst way of selling wood. It makes it look unprofessional and it's uneven. I'm the only one who sells in that quantity. Yes. So a pickup load is bad unless it's been properly measured. If you've got a proper tipping bed that is square and you've measured it and you can comfortably say what cubic meter it is, then fine. But if you're just saying it's a pickup load, it could be as small as 0.8 of a cube, and it could be as big as, if I filled up my back of my truck, it'd probably be about 1.5 cube. So it's not a very professional way of measuring the wood, and that's probably what them competitors like, if I'm honest, because you've got the wheel wells take up space, so it's very deceiving. Like I said, if you've got a square body, that's a little bit safer, and you can comfortably say what meterage the back is. I think bulk bags is professional. People love the fact the bulk bag is still in, obviously the bag. The wood is still in the bag when you leave. You can drag it into a garage. It stays nice and dry. They can use it out the bag. They haven't got to stack it, so they've saved their money or they saved their time as well. And then when they've finished, when they get down to about a quarter of a bag, they can reorder. And you can just swap the bags over and you get the bag back. So that's what I've always done, and I love using bags. So take it as you will. Every viewer should be smashing a like. Thank you, Peanut. Starting to like you already. I love the name. I think I may have seen you over on Buck and Billy Ray's channel. Is that right? Have you been on Buckins? I used to watch Buckin a lot. I haven't watched him recently, but I'm sure I'll get back into the swing of things. I'm currently on the Victory hype. I love watching Victory and Andrew Caramada. And obviously, Cletus McFarland. I love Cletus. He has done so well. And I didn't realise how young he was. He's a year older than me. And he's got all that, and he's done all that from YouTube. That is very impressive. Also can't jump and run. I use a sack truck and can deliver wherever the customer wants. Makes it more appealing for them. And I can be gone in a couple of minutes. I request. Yeah, Joe, it sounds like you're doing a good job, mate. Sounds good. So I charge, if you were to put bulk bags worth into barrel bags, I'm obviously more money. But as you say, it stops them needing stacking service. And for people with limited space, it's fantastic. It sounds like you're doing a great job, Joe. Keep it up. Some log sellers tip an IBC of dry wood in their pickup or 2 IBCs so they can say how much it is. I don't buy wood often, doing my own. But this is what's happening last time, 3 IBCs and a tipper. Yeah. Well, that's one good way of measuring, as long as they're being true to the IBCs going in. That's all I got to say. But yeah, that's how Dude Ranch DIY does it. I don't know if you guys watch him, the American channel. He does a lot of his by IBC. I can see why they don't use bags over there, because you've got to stack them. Well, a lot of people do stack them. But I truly believe the bags are a great idea. Got 100 cubic meters stocked this year. 3rd year at it. I'm 17. That's bloody good, Joe. It sounds very similar to what I was doing at your age. I think I started when I was 17, because that's when I started driving. So you're doing better than me, mate. Well done. You're doing really well, and I should think the future's bright for you. As long as mate, firewood is easy. It comes down to customer service, product, a dry product, and lastly is the price. I truly believe that people will pay good money for good quality and good service. So let that be a lesson. Don't always be the cheapest. It's not the best way to be. I wish people here would buy in bulk bags. I have half face cord and one face cord bags. Their handling seems to be the deal breaker here. Get a little crane. There is a guy, I forgot his name now on YouTube, but he's got an I think it's an F450, and he's got a knuckle boom crane on it. If anyone knows what the channel is, put it in. He delivers cages, like stacked cages as such, and bags. And he looks like he's doing a fantastic job. And that's what cemented me for buying my crane when I saw his setup. And since I've had my crane, I wouldn't go back. It has been fantastic. Honestly, that crane is brilliant. I'm going to go in a minute. The average household here that heats with wood burns between 6 and 8 cord a year. Then there's outdoor wood boiler guys, 12 to 14 cords a year. Yeah, it's a lot. I can see why you guys do it loose, because that's a lot of bags. That's a lot of bags. It sounds like people need more efficient wood burners. The most proper domestic customer I would have would burn 6 bags, maybe 7 bags in a year. Oh, I've just found a tooth on the floor. Oh dear. Right, stay here, Woody. Look at this, guys. Stay. That's a bit of luck, isn't it? I've just found a digger tooth. I'll have to save that. Get a new roll pin. At least I found the tooth. I don't think I'm going to do too much more digging today anyway, so that's all right. I'm going to put that in the back of my truck. Right, I'm going to go in a minute. I'd also be tempted to ask to come and volunteer with you sometimes. The work looks fun. Maybe one day. It's a hard one with health and safety and stuff like that. Probably, and there is possibly talks. Maybe one day in the future, who knows? You know, a year or two time, we might be able to host an open day at Oak Farm, like a Firewood day or just an open day or something like that. So, yeah, potentially, who knows? That might happen. Joe will be up for that as well. Bit of free labour for you. That's out, Rich. Husky or steel? I've got all steel stuff, but I've got nothing against Husky. I just like the steel stuff. But it's the same with everything, isn't it? Brand. I don't know. I've always been steel. So, yeah. Right, guys. It's a long way from York, but I'll be tempted. I'll pick you up from the train station. Right, guys, I want to say goodbye. I've been on, look at that, 5 seconds to an hour. So I've been on for an hour now. I'm going to call it. Thanks for everyone who watched. Still got 20 people watching. It did get up to 30 odd. So very surprised because I didn't say I was going to do anything. Make sure you subscribe and put your notifications on because I will start to do more lives. And they're going to be pretty spontaneous as I'm not very good at arranging things. So yeah, that is going to be it today, guys. If you did enjoy it, don't forget to subscribe. And I'll see you on Friday's video if I edited it tonight, which I probably will. See what time we get done here. But yeah, thanks everyone for watching. I'll see you on the next one. How do you end this thing? I don't know how you end it. Cheers, guys.